Still the same service, 30 years later.
An expedition into one of South Africa's most dangerous townships took a dangerous turn, revealing the extent to which the country has fallen. Nothing could have prepared me for what I witnessed that day.
Want dit is waar die vyand met ons kinders wil begin beweeg.
And it could have been avoided. In the darkness shines the brightest light. Just because things look bleak doesn't mean you have to hide. My name is Donald Brown, and welcome to South Africa, a place notorious for its high levels of inequality. I was brought up in one of the more affluent neighborhoods, and now I'm determined to explore the not so fortunate sides, the sides that we only hear stories of. Is Nelson Mandela's dream dead? There's only one way to find out. Come on, let's go see what the other side of the world looks like.
Never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another and suffer the indignity of being the skunk of the world.
For every one black person you kill 5 white people. You kill one of us, we'll kill 5 of you. We'll kill the children, we'll kill the women, we'll kill anything that we find on our way.
Tonight, thousands of soldiers out on the streets in response to these stunning images that have shocked South Africans. Looting on a massive scale, windows smashed, hundreds of stores set on fire.
Today, parts of South Africa are still on fire, and there's no sign anyone can douse the flames.
But you don't know the quality of people unless you have challenges. And a clear message to government: this country does not belong to you. It belongs to me and 65 million South Africans. And we get up and we fix our country ourselves, because it's about our lives and our people.
Our journey will be led by a woman who has been an activist in Malmesbury for more than 20 years. A woman who grew up with gangsters in the family.
Julle weet my broer het die lewe vir ons swaar gemaak.
The Iron Lady of Malmesbury.
Kruisig my, maak my dood. Maar die waarheid gaan nie meer, die gaan nie meer die goed aan ons Wesbank ons wil dit uit hê.
Amber Boyson. So Amber, this is a familiar place to you. Can you tell us of your first experience coming to this railway station?
Well, Donald, as a daughter, a little girl of 10 years old, my sister and myself used to travel from this very specific station where we are at now. And we would go school holiday in Cape Town. As a child of 12 years old, I belonged to the Girl Guides. And I had an oath, which I always used to say before I would start off with anything. I promised to do my best to do my duty to God, to my country, to help other people at all times, and to keep the guide law. I was 19 years old. I watched and I was part and I witnessed how South Africa became a country where we unite as one, a rainbow nation. We all stood together in 1994 for a better South Africa, for a future that we all believed in, but our country is currently falling apart. We had railway networks as big as Germany, biggest in Africa. And this is what is left now. South Africa finds itself in the grips of despair. The African National Congress, once a symbol of hope, in alliance with the South African Communist Party, is transforming South Africa into another failed socialist state.
There is one person more than any other that typifies socialism and African nationalism in South Africa. The former leader of the ANC Youth and the current leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters. The infamous Julius Malema.
We have not called for the killing of white people, at least for now.
To say, I will never call for the slaughter of white people. Would you make that pledge?
Why would I do that?
I'm asking you to make that pledge. You said I will do it.
I won't do it.
I'm going to be president of this country, whether you like it or not.
And now suspends the proceedings.
we would love to have Julius Malema back in the ANC. He is still ANC, down deep in his heart.
The ANC will be better off with him inside the fold.
One day I will bring back my boy Julius Malema. Yes. I'll bring him home to the ANC.
I'm in charge. I've got you by scrotum. There's nothing you can do, nothing.
Now you know what the darkness looks like. What is the solution? Amber was kind enough to take us on a tour of the town, allowing me to gather initial impressions from everyone. Before we recorded the ensuing conversation, an individual threatened to shoot us upon seeing my cameraman and mistaking him for someone with a gun. After we explained that we are from a media company, he calmed down, and a tense moment quickly turned into a captivating public forum debate.
As you can see, the economy of the country is deteriorating. Everything is going down. Like there is no proper development that we can notice. This one and this one.
Problem is work. No work. No job.
En dit gaan my verstand te bowe dat na 30 jaar van vryheid, ons as kleerling jong mense, ons self nog steeds in dieselfde omstandighede bevind.
Is it an ANC problem that you fled from the Eastern Cape?
It's an ANC problem because the government was promised us empty promises, but not deliver really, like the houses. Even now, since 1994 until now, I don't see any difference.
Even 2 years ago, a riot took place in KwaZulu-Natal, and it didn't even stir the ANC into action.
We are living in shacks. We don't have money. We don't afford those brick houses.
Such a trip doesn't happen without its share of funny and strange moments.
People, because black people are I'm number one. But I tell, but black people is better than my own.
Black people are looking after you.
Verkoop appels, gaan verkoop piesangs. Hoekom moet jy drugs en alcohol verkoop om ons kinders seer te maak? Dit maak mos nie sin nie.
1, 2.
Poster, praat ek. Something unfamiliar to people, but familiar to South Africans, the word load shedding. Load shedding is when we are for hours without electricity daily.
And then also the people in hospital suffer. And also the people in location suffer because most of the time you try to cook and then the electricity is off.
In hierdie siklus van armoede, misdaad en misbruik van dwelms. Waar kinders so jonk as 11 al begin dwelmsmisbruik, begin steel en gewelddadig wees.
And these people that's on these drugs walk whole night, disturbing our peace. When you go to work, they attack you, you get robbed and hurt. And we are tired of living in fear in our own streets.
The systemic problems that we see come from the national government level. I mean, you can't tackle, for example, gangsterism if you can't tackle the root causes of gangsterism, if you can't tackle unemployment and poverty that affect young people in this province.
Ek dink daar gaan slegs verandering plaasvind as mense begin, miskien soos ons raadsmense Amber Boysen hier, begin ons kinders aanmoedig dat hulle meer werd is as hierdie norm van dwelmmisbruik en geweld. As ons kinders, ons jong mense aangemoedig word, deur vir ons te sê dat ons werd, die moeite werd is om iets te bekom in die lewe.
This is our towns. We were born here, guys. And we need to be taken care of. And if they're not going to take care of, who's going to take care of us?
The solution for the Western Cape is always going to be Cape independence. We can keep on waiting for the national government to solve our problems, or we can come together and solve our problems for ourselves.
The Cape what now? You're probably very confused, so this requires some background.
The Cape has long been known for its unique scenic appeal. But how many people are aware that it was this great beauty that inspired Sir Francis Drake to call it the fairest cape in the whole circumference of the earth?
Cape played a pivotal role in the unfolding narrative of South Africa's history. Over the centuries, its influence steadily extended inland, marking the British Empire's incursion into the continent and setting the stage for inevitable conflicts with other nations.
Watch your markers, watch your markers!
Daar gaan moeilikheid wees.
Die Engelse?
Wat het van hulle beloftes geword? Waar is ons vryheid?
The British emerged victorious, ultimately resulting in the artificial unification of diverse regions and entities into the single unified nation, now known as the Republic of South Africa. Today, many South Africans are returning to the Cape. It is the only province that is currently experiencing effective governance and relative prosperity when compared to the rest of the country. This led to many individuals, like Amber, arguing that establishing a new country would be highly beneficial for those who, in their view, hold differing ideological and cultural perspectives, the majority of whom have never voted for the ANC.
The Cape meant good hope indeed to the early mariners. Today, there is good hope and bounteous fulfillment for all who visit these hospitable shores.
Then it happened. To bring it all together, we unexpectedly encountered a live and public funeral procession for one of the recent murder victims in Malmesbury. This occurrence is a nearly weekly event.
En dan schiet jakke tegen mijn venster. Kan Nala, ik heb klopkinders in mijn huis. Ik heb 2 baby's. Wat jou dit zo op de grond moet zitten. Ik kan het niet meer handelen.
Ons is moeg van die moorde. Ons is moeg van die aanvalle, Here. Ons smeek op ons knieë vanmiddag, Here. Dat U toch, Here, ons sal raak sien. Hierdie dorp sal raak sien, Here. Julle moet wakker word. Ons kinders dood op buitekant. Hulle het 'n jong man gesteek, 16 jaar oud. Dat kon jy gewis het wat hier staan.
I've witnessed many things in my life, but nothing could have prepared me for this.
Ons is die rede hoekom dit goed gebeur.
On public display, the most traumatic emotions possible.
Ons wat hier staan net hierdie plek gedoop. Afghanistan. Ons maak ons kinders groot, ons weet nie vir wat nie. Here, daar is baie pyn, Here, daar is baie seer in hulle harte, Here. Daar loop baie gedagtes rond in hulle gedagtes wat sommetjies wil maak, wat ons nou gaan doen, die aksieplan, Here.
Yet at the same time, it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever witnessed.
Verlos elke jong man wat vastgevang is. Verlos elke jong dame wat vastgevang is. Dat ons jong mense, Here, sal weer die heroes wees van Malmesbury, Here.
For in the darkness shines the brightest light.
Geliefdes, ons moet saam staan, want jou kind is my kind.
Is die plek se naam? Ik kan niet lekker horen, wat is... Omdat U is die Alpha en die Omega. U is die begin en is die eind. Everybody,
Amber told me that she had no ambitions to pursue national politics and that she wanted to stay and fight for the people of Malmesbury. At first, I couldn't understand why, but now I do. I had immense respect for what I'd witnessed, and at that moment, I wanted to be nowhere else. Nelson Mandela's dream never died. It was just passed to the next generation, and the people of Malmesbury had been living in darkness for so long that the light from them had the potential to heal the world. So what does the future hold? The woman activist, who had stopped and worked at every train station in the Cape, knew the answer.
We are an extremely diverse bunch, but there's one thing that unites us. Hope. Hope.
Maar ek sê vir jou, jong man, daar is hoop vir jou.
We are not survivors, we are visionaries. We are not backwards, we are explorers. We came to settle here because we believe in a future that is not defined by what is unimaginable, but what is possible.
These little ones is our future. You are our future.
A future filled with optimism, not fear, and in a planet that's increasingly falling apart. The world needs us, and that spirit more than ever.
Maar met soveel godsgesindhede kan ons berge verklim. Ons kan diepe see deurgaan, mense.
A beacon of hope in a world yearning for direction. And that can only happen in an independent nation.
We can do that, people. We have to do that.
This is our Cape. This is our future. And this is our destiny.
Maar van vandag af is saam staan en nie Afghanistan nie.
We are the people of the Western Cape. And we are rising.
En ek glo dat ons die Here by ons hand en aan ons kant en aan ons sy.
I am Amber Boyson, and with the help of the Cape Independence Advocacy Group, I believe Western Cape should be saved out of the hands of the ANC, and I thank you.